Look! See what's in your friend?
Oh, I'm not liking the Discord.
Them.
Sam, relax.
There's only one way to eat a brace of conies.
Stupid factory.
Excuse me. I mean, you could have left his one raw and just cooked it for you and...
Lovely big golden chips with a nice piece of fried fish.
Oof.
Who are they?
Whoa.
Servants of Sauron.
There's men who are sworn to Sauron.
Look,
Whoa. Unwoolly mammoths.
it's an elephant.
Oliphant.
No.
How on earth do you get up there? Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't shoot the Oliphants. Oh my. Hello? Are they on our side?
There are no travelers in this land, only servants of the Dark Tower.
Those that claim to oppose the enemy would do well not to hinder us.
The enemy, his sense of duty was no less than yours, Sati. War will make corpses of us all. Find their hands.
Oh, well, the secrecy isn't gone yet, but...
It's true you don't see many dwarf women, and in fact, they are so alike in voice and appearance that they're often mistaken for dwarf men.
Oh. Huh?
She was a girl when they brought her father back dead, cut down by orcs.
Golly.
She was left alone to tend her king in growing fear, doomed to wait upon an old man who should have loved her as a father.
I made some stew. It isn't much, but it's hot.
Guys, am I bugging? This is flirting.
Really?
She's gonna offer you more.
You must be at least 60.
87.
You are one of the Dunedain, a descendant of Numenor, blessed with long life. It was said that your race had passed into legend.
There are few of us left.
I did not know that.
The light of the even star does not wax away. It is mine to give to whom I will.
He's remembering he's got babes at home.
This is a dream.
Then it is a good dream.
So I'm gonna remind you what you have at home. So at some point his ancestors, sorry, I'm still on this, they left Numenor and went to Gondor. And they were the kings of Gondor that we heard about last movie.
See boy with Anathar.
The ears look so good, by the way. By the way, I found out that this is Steven Tyler's daughter. Crazy.
Where is she? The woman who gave you that jewel.
Oh, okay.
Arwen's time is ending. Let her go. Let her take the ship into the west. Let her bear away her love for you to the Undying Lands.
She stays because she still has hope. She stays for you. She belongs with her people.
Oh no. I think they mentioned something like that in the beginning when they saw those people like glowing and walking through the forest.
Uefelifa.
Estelio Gurulin Nedagor. Ethelitha.
Bilin ogut medagor. Edrenemen. Menagoyetwe. Hyro house. Anina night.
Why are you saying this?
I'm mortal. You were elfkind. It was a dream, Arwen.
What?
Nothing more.
Oh, don't do that.
This belongs to you.
But he obviously kept it, so...
It was a gift. Keep it. My lord?
She is sailing to the Undying Lands with all that's left of her kin.
What is it? Mama?
What is that? Oh. So are these, what they call them, Whoa.
You must lead the people to Helms Deep. And make haste.
I can fight.
No!
Uh,
You must do this. For me.
where's her brother and his, like, banished crew? Come on. Don't think he's missed a shot. Did you see that? It's not looking good. Oof.
Turn your pretty face to my eyes.
It's far from pretty. Oof. Oh, Gimli. Yee. Oh, not another one. Another one?
You're joking. Not another one?
I mean, they're doing well. Yee. Oh. There's... Wow, they're winning. Well, they've won. Bro, he just got...
He's dead. He took a little tumble off the cliff. You lie.
I had no reason to lie. I don't know how he could have survived that. I didn't know it was water. There's always a chance of water. I hope the Warg Riders is all they sent, because they knew they were coming to Helm's Deep. I hope that was the only thing they sent and there's no one occupying this, what do you call it, castle? Stronghold? Okay. I'm seeing and hearing so many things that tell me Game of Thrones was very much inspired by Lord of the Rings, which obviously makes a lot of sense.
So few of you have returned.
They won, but at what cost?
Lord Aragorn, where is he?
Phil.
He fell. Not that he died, he fell. I'm holding out hope. That's why I'm not very fuming right now. Imagine if he is. I will.
Helm's Deep has one weakness. Its outer wall is solid rock.
This informant.
What kind of device could bring down the wall?
If the wall is breached, Helm's Deep will fall.
It would take a number beyond reckoning, thousands, to storm the keep.
Tens of thousands. The land will be stained with the blood of Rohan! March to Helm's Deep! Leave none alive!
Bruh. They lost nearly. How are they supposed to fight all these men? Why are you crying? Is that tears of joy? You are sick. Yay. I'm sorry, I love these ends. Oh, this one.
Look, the smoke to the south.
There is always smoke rising.
Isengard.
There was a time when Saruman would walk in my woods. But now he has a mind of metal. He no longer cares for growing things.
It's Saruman's army. The war has started.
I knew he was gonna be. He'll be just fine. Come on. Or maybe she just gave him new life. Oh. Ouch. Oh, who are you? Yeah, he set it free. I should have known that would come back. I didn't even think about it at the time.
He is not coming back. Why do you linger
Damn.
here when there is no hope?
He's really given up.
If Aragorn survives this war, you will still be parted. If Sauron is defeated and Aragorn made king and all that you hope for comes true, you will still have to taste the bitterness of mortality. Whether by the sword or the slow decay of time, Aragorn will die. And there will be no comfort for you, no comfort to ease the pain of his passing.
Does that mean that we shouldn't love? Or she shouldn't love? Or she should let him go?
You will linger on in darkness and in doubt. Here you will dwell, bound to your grief under the fading trees, until all the world is changed and the long years of your life are utterly spent. There is nothing for you here, only death.
I know it's due to who they are and what they're capable of, their ability. Like, it's not even an ability, it's just whoever the elves are, it's in their nature to live as long as whatever. But from a human perspective, their perspective or the way they view death is warped.
The enemy is growing. Sauron will use his puppet Saruman to destroy the people of Rohan. Isengard has been unleashed. The Eye of Sauron now turns to Gondor, the last free kingdom of men. His war on his country will come swiftly. The strength of the Ringbearer is fading. In his heart, Frodo begins to understand. The quest will claim his life.
Whoa.
You know this. You have foreseen it. It is the risk we all took.
Wow. So everyone knew this. That is so...
The will of the ring grows strong. It works hard now to find its way back into the hands of men. Men who are so easily seduced by its power. Sauron will have dominion over all life on this earth, even unto the ending of the world. The time of the elves is over.
Damn.
Do we leave Middle-earth to its fate? Do we let them stand?
No. Ooh. I was just looking at that.
Our scouts report Sauron has attacked Rohan, but we must look to our own borders. Faramir, orcs are on the move. Sauron is marshalling an army. Stilings and Southrons are passing through the Black Gate. How many? Some thousands more come every day. Saruman attacks from Isengard. Sauron from Mordor. Gondor is weak. Sauron must strike as soon. And he must strike hard. He knows now we do not have the strength to repel him.
Was what Galadriel said a prophecy? Or... Because she said, you've seen it, and she's obviously seen it too. But what have they seen? Because they have to be both wrong, surely. Wow, look how small they are.
Well, if you're not spies, then who are you?
Hobbits.
We are hobbits of the Shire. Frodo Baggins is my name. This is Samwise Gamgee.
Your bodyguard?
This Gordon.
Where is your skulking friend? That gangrel creature. He had an ill-favored look.
Ill-favored is crazy.
We set out from Rivendell with 7 companions. One we lost in Moria.
He's alive.
2 were my kin.
They're alive.
A dwarf there was also, and an elf. And 2 men.
Oh.
Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and Boromir of Gondor.
Rest in peace.
For a friend of Boromir?
Yes.
To grieve you then, to learn that he is dead.
No, he didn't know.
When?
His horn washed up upon the riverbank. Not 6 days past. He was my brother.
What's going on?
This city was once the jewel of our kingdom, a place of light and beauty, and so it shall be once more! Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands! For Gondor!
really is his blood brother. I thought maybe he just meant my brother in arms.
What? He's here.
Father?
Where is Gondor's finest? Where is my firstborn?
Father!
Ha-ha! They say you vanquished the enemy almost single-handed.
They exaggerate. The victory belongs to Faramir also.
Faramir?
But for Faramir, the city will still be standing.
Would have done, but our numbers were too few.
You let the enemy walk in and take it on a whim. Always you cast abomination.
Wow.
You give him no credit, and yet he tries to do no well. He loves you, Father.
Do not trouble me with Faramir. I know his uses and they are few.
What kind of dad is this?
Elrond of Rivendell has called a meeting. He will not say why, but I have guessed its purpose. The weapon of the enemy has been found, and it has fallen into the hands of the elves. This thing must come to Gondor. Gondor is dangerous, I know. But the ring will seek to corrupt the hearts of lesser men. But you are strong, and our need is great. It is our blood which is being spilled. Our people who are dying. He will return, and when he does, we will be powerless to stop him. You must go. Bring me back this mighty gift.
So it's...
No. My place.
Wow, his dad is the one that sowed.
If there's need to go to Rivendell, send me in instead.
You?
This...
A chance for Faramir, Captain of Gondor, to show his quality. I trust this mission only to your brother, the one who will not fail me.
What a disgraceful man. He's the one that sowed the seed for all of this in Boromir's head. He created that weakness in Boromir.
Remember today, little brother.
Oh. He's going to tell them that he has the ring. He's going to tell Faramir that Frodo has the ring. And Faramir is going to be desperate to prove his dad wrong.
Shall I shoot?
Wait. This creature is bound to me. He is our guide. Please, let me go down to him.
I mean, he didn't give all the details away, but I feel like you can put two and two together.
Trustmaster, come.
Is this still Smeagol?
We must go now.
Smeagol, you must trust Master. Come, Smeagol. Nice, Smeagol. That's it. Come on. Don't hurt him!
Oh, no.
Struggle! Smeagol, listen to me!
You betrayed him. Well, not intentionally.
That's enough.
I'm so sorry for calling him evil Dobby in the first reaction.
Answer me.
Oh, no.
Why did you cry, Smeagol? Master tricked us. I told you he was tricksy. Filthy little hobbitses. They stole it from us. No.
What did they steal?
Precious.
It's not Frodo's fault.
Use the ring, Mr. Frodo. Just this once.
I don't need him putting that thing on.
I can't. You were right, Sam. I'm sorry.
Everything right now is so complex. I can't say I agree or disagree
The ring's taking me, Sam.
with anything anyone's doing or saying.
If I put it on, he'll find me.
So, this is the answer to all the riddles. 2 halflings, and a host of men at my call. The ring of power within my grasp.
That's the name of the TV show.
Chance for Faramir, Captain of Gondor, to show his quality.
He wants to prove his dad wrong so bad.
you understand? He's got to destroy it. That's where we're going.
Oh, Sam.
To the mountain
We
of
needed
fire.
the secrecy.
Osgiliath is under attack. They call for reinforcements.
Will you not help him?
Captain,
I'm so spun. Like, I don't even know which way to turn.
the ring will go to Gondor.
We were so close.
Get out of the way! I'm gonna kill him! You are the luckiest, the canniest, and the most reckless man I ever knew. Bless you, laddie.
I don't think I've ever seen Gimli without anything on his head.
Herr Dolan. You look terrible.
Look at her eyes. What a G.
All Isengard is emptied.
How many?
10,000 strong at least. It is an army bred for a single purpose: to destroy the world of men. They will be here by nightfall.
Let them come. I want every man and strong lad, able to bear arms, to be ready for battle by nightfall. No army has ever breached the Deeping Wall, or set foot inside the Hornburg.
These are Uruk.
Yes.
Their armor is thick, and their shields.
Oh, their heads are wham.
I have fought many wars, Master Wolf. I know how to defend my own keep.
They do not come to destroy Rohan's crops or villages. They come to destroy his people, down to the last child.
What would you have me do? Look at my men. Their courage hangs by a thread. If this is to be our end, then I would have them make such an end as to be worthy of remembrance.
Send outriders, my lord. You must call for aid.
And who will come? Elves. Dwarves. The old alliances are dead.
Gondor will answer.
Gondor. Where was Gondor when the Westfall fell? Where was Gondor when our enemies closed in around us? Where was Gondor? We are alone.
I think I said this already, but I wonder if Gondor and Rohan were ever united. Like they were under one kingdom.
Secure the gate.
Uh-oh. Yeah, wow. I'm loving it. I'm so glad they didn't all look the same.
Many have come.
Wow.
Now we must decide if the Ents will go to
Please
war.
do. Well, I don't want you to die, but I want to see them fight. We need those Ents on our side. Ma'am.
You sent with the women into the caves.
That is an honorable charge.
To mind the children, to find food and bedding when the men return. What renown is there in that?
Thy time may come for valor without rigor. Who then will your people look to in the last defense?
You do not command the others to stay. They fight beside you because they would not be parted from you. Because they love you.
You know me for like 3 days. Oh, that's sad. She said, please don't leave me.
These are my soldiers.
Most have seen too many winters.
Or too few. Look at them.
God, oh my goodness me.
Nele Terain. Dan Carminig.
Siberiafafun, Amar Nanedoras.
Aragorn. Nedin Dagor. Hen Urir Othari. Natha Dagathire.
Then I shall die as one of them.
Then go, lad. And be.
Where is the horse and the rider? Where is the horn that was blowing? They have passed like rain on the mountains, like wind in the meadow.
There is no way they're putting that young kid on the front lines. Needs must, I guess, but
How did it come to this?
They must have decided something by now.
they're still having a meeting.
We only just finished saying good morning.
Oh my days.
Don't be hasty.
He doesn't even know what he's doing with that.
Men are saying that we will not live out the night. They say that it is hopeless.
Well,
This is good sword. Harith, son of Hama.
looks a bit rough.
There is always hope.
We have trusted you this far, you have not led us astray. Forgive me. I was wrong to despair.
I like the Brotherhood, man. And Gimli. Come on.
It's a little tight across the chest.
They could have sorted... Oh, actually, we don't have much time. Literally, we don't have any time.
Gentle King. Open the gate!
Who are these? Elves? Yes!
I bring word from Elrond of Rivendell. An alliance once existed between elves and men. We come to honor that allegiance.
Love it. Thank you, Elrond, for coming to your senses. Elves not used to physical embraces.
We are proud to fight alongside men once more.
This could be quite insane. Oh my days. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see him. Let alone him seeing other over there. Of course. For dramatic effect. We need it. Come on. Accurate. I like the music there. Yuck.
Shall I describe it to you, or would you like me to find you a box?
They're just making a whole lot of racket. Will you please stop? Did he go early? Or did his hand slip? Well, they're coming now.
So it begins.
This reminds me of, is the episode called The Long Night? You know, the one of the final episodes of Game of Thrones. I wonder if they were inspired visually. I've just seen a lot of things that feel familiar. I'm talking about Game of Thrones being inspired, by the way, not the other way around.
Keep them on following.
Gimli is so hilarious, man. Golly. I hate these things so much. Sorry, I'm not saying much because my eyes are just all over the screen. Yes. Oh, that's quite embarrassing. Pointy ears, is that a slur? Is Legolas like Superman? You know, in the sense that Superman compared to Kryptonians, like they're all very strong and etc. when they come to Earth. But when we see Superman amongst us, he looks like a god. Like, is Legolas that good of an archer? Like, is he extraordinary, or is he just one of many extraordinary archers who are elves?
We have agreed. You are not orcs.
I could have told you that 7 years ago.
Our friends are out there. They need our help. They cannot fight this war on their own.
War, yes. It affects us all. It takes a long time to say anything in all English. And we never say anything unless it is worth taking a long time.
Treebeard, please. Legolas must be on 100 now, man. Gimli, please give up.
Is this it? Is this all you can conjure, Saruman?
Don't tempt fate. Why do people do that? Oh. Come on, Legolas. 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 Is this the best you've got for me? Why would you? Why? Why? When has that done anyone any good? Just wait until you've actually got the victory. Oh, I thought they were going to knock on the door. I love those little door flaps. Gimli. Come on. Gimli took a big risk there. Oh my days.
Yes, cannot hold back the storm. We must weather such things as we have always done. This is not our war.
Oh, you're joking me.
Heart in this world! Aren't you? You must help, please! You must do something.
You are young and brave, Master Merry. But your part in this tale is over.
What?
Go back to your home.
I mean, I was saying that in the last film, but no.
Treebeard's right. We don't belong here, Mary. It's too big for us.
No, nothing's too big for you guys.
Maybe we should go.
Fires of Isengard will spread, and the woods of Tubro and Buckland will burn, and all that was once green and good in this world will be gone. There won't be a Shire.
That's what people are not understanding. I'm disappointed in the Ents.
Fall back to the king! Get your
Oh, I thought he was about to die, just the way they were shooting it. Oh, and I was right. Why do they have to kill him like that? His armor, by the way, is excellent. I shouldn't be saying this whilst he's dying. I'm so sorry. Go on, Aragorn. Ouch.
Draw your sword!
Oh. I have to rate the king. I feel like it'd be so easy for him to sit right at the back and wait for the beef to come to him.
We can't hold much longer!
I can't believe this is the same king that was sitting there all with his like grey eyes.
As long as you can give me.
What's Aragorn up to? And Gimli.
Oh, come on, we can take him.
He's so cocky.
Touch me. I cannot check the distance and have to touch me. Don't tell the elves.
There's no way. Wow. Gimli has no fear whatsoever. Oh my goodness me. Thank goodness. Hurry up. Oh my goodness me.
Pull everybody back. Pull them back.
There's just so many. They're everywhere.
We will leave you at the western borders of the forest. You can make your way north to your homeland from there.
What?
Wait! Stop!
What, Pipsqueak?
Turn around, take us south!
South? But that will lead you past Isengard.
If we go south, we can slip past Saruman unnoticed. The closer we are to danger, the further we are from harm. It's the last thing he'll expect.
That doesn't make sense. South is...
No, actually, I get it.
I always liked going south. Somehow, it feels like going downhill.
Okay, we need to teach him how to sprint.
The ring will not save Gondor. There's only the power to destroy. Please, let me go.
Ugh. This brother.
The logical family of field mice that always trying to get someone ready. Many of these trees were my friends. Creatures I had known from nut and acorn.
Bro.
Sorry, Treebeard.
They had voices of their own. Saruman, a wizard should know better.
But you knew this was coming and you said we're not going to be involved.
There is a slow curse in Elvish, entish are the tongues of men, for this treachery.
Look, the trees! They're moving!
They have business with the orcs. My business is with Isengard tonight.
I'm glad we got there in the end. But bro, you knew this was coming.
The Ents are going to war. It is likely that we go to our doom.
I mean, yeah, that's why they had to be so reluctant. And they're the last of their species. The women have gone, there's no children. If they're done, their species is done. Well, the women are not gone, they can't find them.
The orcs have taken the eastern shore. Their numbers are too great. By nightfall, we'll be overrun.
It's calling to him, Sam.
Sam needs to slap him out of it. Just a hot slap, just one.
Take them to my father. Tell him Faramir sends a mighty gift.
You want to know what happened to Boromir? You want to know why your brother died?
Yeah, tell him.
Trying to take the ring from Frodo, after swearing an oath to protect him. The ring drove your brother mad. Watch out!
Oh my goodness, I don't like his eyes.
They're here. Ringwraith.
Ringwraith. Oh, the Ringwraith are the Nazgul, sorry.
The fortress is taken. It is over.
You said this fortress would never fall while your men defend it. They still defend it. They have died defending it.
Wow. Is this all the men that are left protecting that door?
Is there no other way for the women and children to get out of the caves? Is there no other way?
There is one passage. It leads into the mountains. But they will not get far. The Uruk-hai are too many.
Send word for the women and children to make for the mountain pass and barricade the entrance.
So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate?
Ride out with me. Ride out and meet them.
Oh,
For Rohan.
are you sure?
The sun is rising.
Don't say that. Oh no, I thought you meant it metaphorically. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I forgot Gandalf said that. Honestly, I forgot Gandalf was here.
One last time. Yes. Let this be the hour when we draw swords together. Fell deeds awake. Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the Red Dawn.
I love the bass in that horn. I feel sorry for these horses, but at least they got a little bit of armor. Listen to that horn. Oh my goodness me. I love the green as well. Oh my days. Look at him.
Theoden King stands alone, not alone.
Nice. Nice. I did ask where he was. Oh my goodness me. I didn't realize there were so many. See, I'd be like at least on the 72nd row so we can deal with those people with the spears first. Do you know what I mean? I love it. Listen to the music. It's end time. Oh my goodness. I'm a bit sad though. I feel like Saruman is gonna kill them all. No! No! Get the fattest boulder you can and launch it on that balcony. I love it. Yeah, fill that whole crater, whatever you want to call it, in the earth with that water. Drown all of them orcs. I'm sorry. Just one of the ants put their hair out with the water. Exactly what I said. Thank you. Oh my goodness me. This ain't Frodo anymore, man. Sam, I said slap him. Frodo. Frodo. my heart, my chest. I thought maybe Sam would have died. Are you okay? Well, clearly not. I mean, but
It's me. It's your Sam. Don't you know your Sam?
if they got Frodo to kill Sam,
I can't do this, Sam. I know. It's all wrong. By rights, we shouldn't even be here. But we are. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Furl. The ones that really mattered. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. This shadow, even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going.
Sam, this speech.
What are we holding on to, Sam?
Hope. Come on.
There's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting
He changed his mind, but
I think at last we understand one another, Frodo.
that's not an apology.
If you let them go, your life will be forfeit.
Then it is forfeit.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take that. Oh, they're running away. Where are you gonna go? Your home's been scattered. Oh. Oh.
This is the old sewer. Runs right under the river through to the edge of the city. You'll find cover in the woods there.
Captain Faramir, you've shown your quality, sir.
You have.
What road will you take once you reach the woods?
Colm says there's a path near Minas Morgul that climbs up into the mountains.
Is that its name?
They say a dark terror dwells in the passes above Minas Morgul.
It is the only way.
I must.
Go, Frodo. Go with the goodwill of all men.
Thank you.
Frodo called him Gollum and not Smeagol. So what does that say for their relationship now?
May death find you quickly, if you bring them to harm.
He's been through it.
Frodo didn't mean for them Rangers were you. You know that, don't you? He was trying to save you, see?
Save me.
There's no hard feelings. Forgive and forget.
No. Go. Go.
It's very decent of you. Very decent indeed, though.
No. Gollum to me is like a signal that it's Gollum. Well, but you know what I mean, like.
The battle for Helms Deep is over. Battle for Middle-earth is about to begin. All our hopes now lie with two little hobbits.
I wonder if people will ever say, let's hear about Frodo and the ring. Frodo was really courageous, wasn't he, Dad?
I mean, literally.
You left out one of the chief characters. Samwise the Brave. I want to hear more about Sam. Frodo wouldn't have got far without Sam.
No, you would not.
You shouldn't make fun. I was being serious. So was I. Samwise the Brave.
He's feeling himself.
Master. Master looks after us. Master broke his promise. Don't ask Smeagol. We ought to wring his filthy little neck. Kill him. Kill them both. And then we take the precious. And we'll be the master. The fat hobbit who knows.
Excuse me.
Push out his eyes. Make him crawl. Yes, yes, yes.
No, Smeagol.
Hi, Gollum! Where are you? Smeagol?
Do it.
There's a third.
He could do it. Yes, precious, he could. Then we takes it once they're dead.
Does he have a third?
Once they're dead. Come on, hobbits. Long ways to go yet. Smeagol will show you the way.
Who's she? Ugh. Man. I'm actually kind of overwhelmed with where to go, how to tackle giving my thoughts. I don't like to really call them like polished reviews because I'm a bit of a rambler. I'm not a critic or anything like that. So they're more just thoughts, ramblings, whatever you want to call it. But I don't even, there's so much to do with this that I just don't. We're just, like I said, we're just going to ramble and we'll see where it takes us. Let's just go and start with the most impressive thing about this film, which absolutely and definitely has to be the battle. What would you call it out? The Battle of, I don't know what the official name is, but Helms Deep, the attack on Helms Deep, the Battle of Helms Deep. What in the world have I just seen? Forgive me if I wasn't expressing it during watching it, but if you've seen me in the comments, you've probably seen me say I'm a visual person. When there's visual things that are going on screen that are crazy, I tend to just go a bit more silent because I'm just in awe. So I probably didn't say much during that battle. We'll see from the edit. But oh my goodness me. I wouldn't say I'm like I don't know how many battles I've watched. But that has to be top 3. It might be top 1. I don't know. I haven't recounted. My mind is very heavily skewed towards Game of Thrones because, like I've said before, that's one of my favorite series. And it's probably one of the most recent. There's a lot of battles in Game of Thrones. So naturally, that's always sitting in my frontal, lobe. But this film came out in the early 2000s and it bests a ton of battles that I've seen, if not most. For me, it's the scale. Like, it doesn't feel like it might do. I don't know. But it doesn't feel like it relied too heavily on CGI extras. It probably did. But I didn't feel that watching it. It felt like I was watching thousands and thousands of extras on both sides. Okay, the only time I remember CGI or CGI like even appearing in my brain is when some of the urukai are like falling off that like slim bridge pathway. That's the only time I even recount thinking like CGI was present enough that my brain was like, oh. But again, this film came out in the early 2000s. I can name and shame a ton of movies that are just not doing it like this. They're not. Like, this had to be one of the largest and most ambitious scene, action, set pieces, sequences of all time. Like, at the time. Even still now, I'm going to add another IP into the conversation for me because that's my best point of reference. And honestly, this film is more so than any of the others. I felt that, okay, a lot of what I know from other IP, etc., has been taken from Lord of the Rings. I felt this. I felt that a lot more with the Two Towers than I did with the Fellowship of the Ring. And that is Game of Thrones. Rohan, Helm's Deep, there's something about this group of people, the setting, the feel of them specifically, that is just so reminiscent of Game of Thrones to me. I mean, from their musical theme, it's a lot more stringy. I don't know what the instrument is, but immediately I'm like, that feels Game of Thrones. Helm's Deep is so, not in the visual look of it, but it's so Game of Thrones. It's so Winterfell. This battle to me, like, I'm absolutely certain. I don't know who directed those. I can't remember who directed the episodes, but that person is absolutely a Lord of the Rings fan, like unquestionably, because The Long Night and the Battle of the Bastards quite clearly take inspiration from this battle here. I mean, for the Long Night specifically, there's this darkness, there's this overwhelming sense that how on earth are we coming out of this on top? There's specifically the scene where the Urukai are in the distance, but you see kind of like the little flames in the distance, and you see that that is very much. I'm pretty sure there's like an almost exact same shot that was used in The Long Night that was taken from this battle. But also the choice to set it in darkness. No, it didn't rain in The Long Night, but the feel, the atmosphere, choice to go with nighttime, and on the nighttime, sorry, Game of Thrones does not do day for night well. This visually, for however many years prior it was, the lighting and whatever they did in post looks better. It looks better. But yeah, I already mentioned it. Winterfell and Helm's Deep, they feel so similar. I think Winterfell and Helm's Deep, they're so similar. They're known as these castles. I don't know if Helm's Deep is a castle, whatever you want to call it, stronghold, something, I don't know. But they're known to be these impenetrable. They are both known to be these impenetrable buildings to the point where you can have as many people as you want. But because of the way these buildings, these castles are set up, you're always going to have a big challenge on your hands. And it takes breaking down that wall, bombing that wall, for them to finally break through and be able to use their advantage in their numbers. Prior to that, it was honestly kind of give and take. But I'm going to leave the comparison to Game of Thrones or The Long Night specifically. I'm going to leave that right there because I actually do not like the story or character choices in The Long Night. Whereas here, I absolutely loved the story within this battle. Like, I'm struggling to find faults. The scale, the intensity, the storytelling within the battle, the wins and losses within the battle, and the timing of those as well. Like, battles are not just supposed to be action. There needs to be a rhythm and there needs to be a story. There needs to be an ebb and flow. I was so engrossed in the story as well as the visual of the battle. I completely forgot that it didn't even occur to me that it's quite near impossible that there's any other outcome than Rohan's survival. Because I was so engrossed that I didn't have time to step out and think, okay, logically within the story, it just doesn't make sense that Rohan doesn't survive right now. Like, I completely forgot Gandalf existed whilst I was watching this battle. I forgot Gandalf went to Edinburgh to get those other guys. I forgot I forgot he even came back in this film because I was just so engrossed in what was happening in the moment that I was just thinking, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then when someone brought back up like, oh no, Gandalf told us to like look to, what did he say? I don't know, look to the western sky, whatever he said. I was like, oh, we not dying. Some of the practical effects done in this battle, the practical effect, I'm pretty sure it was practical. If it wasn't, this is just more of a compliment. The explosion of that wall, it looked so good. I'm convinced that was done in real life, Christopher Nolan style, at that scale. But surely not. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't CGI. Whether it was like miniaturized somehow, I don't know the technicals behind this kind of stuff. It looked good, is what I'm saying. My favorite smaller sequence within this big battle was actually when all hope is lost. I've already referenced it, but when they're in that hall within Helm's Deep, they've closed the doors, the walls have been broken through. It seems like all hope is lost. They're planning an escape for the women and children. Someone brings up that Gandalf is going to Gandalf. They're like, oh, Gandalf is going to Gandalf. Everyone gets their confidence back, and they ride out through those doors, down that path, that little bridge, whatever you want to call it, and they're just Urukai and their big for nothing, useless self are being just slapped out the way. And the most color you see in that scene is the green on their backs as they scatter their way through the Urukai. I love that. That all the way up to Gandalf and Eomer and Cole riding down that hill. All of that, oh, beautiful. I want to give two shout outs. The first is Gimli, who I haven't really given props to across these two movies, but this is not only in this battle, but in this film, Gimli was great. His humor, his courage in the battle, his decision making. I think there was on two occasions where he jumped into chaos, which should have killed him, and it didn't. I love Gimli. The other is the king. The other is the king. Maybe it's because of some of the visual media, I don't know, films and television I've watched over the last few years. I'm used to kings being useless. You know what? Maybe that's actually true in real life as well. But I mean, he's the king. He has no reason, or there's reason. But if he chooses to, he could absolutely stay locked in some room somewhere in some tower and wait for everyone else to do what needs to be done. But no, he absolutely wants to be at the forefront. He was, oh my gosh. But no, he absolutely wanted to be at the forefront of everything. He was there with his sword, with his little cape, with his armor, and he was fighting well. And I mean, on two occasions as well, not just the battle at Helm's Deep, but also when those little, I don't know what to call them cheetah, jackal, dog type things, the wargs, I don't know. He did well across both of those. I respect it. Let's move away from the battle to more theme, character type story elements. Obviously, the film is called The Two Towers, and I think The Two Towers being the one in Isengard and the one in Mordor, I think they are supposed to represent almost these pillars within Middle Earth that are the source of that are kind of like the source of the poisoning of the earth. And we can get onto that in terms of like the Ents in a second. But right now, I'm talking more so the corruption of people. Like, to me, they are like physical representations of the poisoning of the minds of some of the people within Middle Earth. To me, examples of the corrupting of some of those people: the King Theoden, of course, he's been poisoned by Saruman through Wormtongue, and he's a complete shadow of himself, as we later see in the movie. But in this film, Saruman's corruption, I don't know, it just makes me feel sad because I hear the way that people talk about who he used to be, and it just makes me feel. I hear about who Saruman used to be from various people, and it just makes me upset. Gandalf, Elrond, the trees, the Ents, so many people speak with shock and sadness as to his switch. For me, the moment we meet him, he's already been corrupted, and I clocked onto it immediately. So for me, I've only known him to be this way. The viewer in general has only known him to be this way. Maybe if you have the books, you had a different perspective. But it's so sad, especially seeing Gandalf be or become or be reborn, reset, sent to Earth as who Sauron was supposed to be in his first iteration. That just makes me more sad that like Sauron, the Ring, evil has corrupted someone that was supposed to be as pure, as powerful as we see Gandalf the White to be. It kind of reminds me of, we all have stories about having people in our lives that have like so much potential, but then their proximity to things in their lives, whether that be within their houses, friends, etc., lead them down the wrong path completely. And then you look at what they were supposed to be and who they became, and you're just, oh, it's just sad. I know I'm just supposed to hate him, but I do, but there's some sadness there as well. Then you have Frodo on his kind of mental corruption too. I said last time that I was unsure whether he was in control of the situation or the ring was in the control. The ring is in control, guys. The ring is running the show. And I combine that with Galadriel's prophecy. I don't know if it was a prophecy, more so a warning, but it's not looking good, bruv. Like, I don't know how Frodo was literally, he's gone. He's basically almost gone to the point where he was standing there with the ring, like, please, sir, please, Nazgul, take it from me. And how am I supposed to believe that spending more time with this thing on his way to Mordor, there's going to be any sort of reversal or bringing him closer back to Frodo from wherever his mental state is going? Like, if not for Sam, this movie would be over. Maybe even Smeagol too. So they're my only real two hopes for the last movie. Like, Smeagol doesn't want his precious gone, and Sam is doing this because it's the right thing to do. So really and truly, they feel like my only two hopes for this ring not going back to Sauron. I don't know that Frodo has it within himself to withstand. Like, Frodo is getting closer to the evil. I'm struggling to see how he will be able to fight against it. I think what was important with Frodo is who he is, has allowed him to go on this journey maybe much further than anyone else could have. I don't know if that meant that he could withstand the evil completely. And I think knowledge of that with Elrond is why Elrond in the beginning is like, yeah, we did this because up until this point, Elrond is the one that sent them on this mission. But now you see him in this movie, he didn't have hope for it. It was kind of like a delaying. He doesn't really think he's going to be successful. He thinks that young boy is going to get corrupt and is going to die. So he's trying to save his people. But we see now, like, Frodo's nearly gone. Like, he's lashing out at Sam. He feels closer in some ways to Gollum than to Sam in some moments because he knows Gollum, or Smeagol more so, understands what it is to have this thing in your possession, which is understandable, but it's also alarming because he's becoming closer to what Smeagol Gollum is than who Frodo was at the beginning of this series of films. Like, how much of Frodo's trust in Smeagol, his compassion, is the ring, is the ring being the driving force versus it being the purity of Sam to be like, oh, less trust in Smeagolum, as I like to call him. And let's get into Smeagolum because honestly, it takes about like 3 lines in this film, and I'm like, oh, the immaturity in his voice just lends you to be a bit less harsh when evaluating the character or characters. An interesting choice to, rather than doing an internal conflict, it's very much external to the point where he has multiple personalities. And I wonder whether the kind of fragmentation, is that wholly due to the ring or is it more so due to who Smeagol was? Like, would this happen to anyone who spends that amount of time with the ring, like 500 years or so? Would that happen to anyone? Is that going to happen to Frodo? Or was there something specifically within Smeagol already that led him to kind of compartmentalize the evil or whatever the ring was doing to him into a kind of separate personality? Because I mean, we're seeing a different side to Frodo, but is that a whole new personality? Not yet. Would it become that if he was to spend the same amount of time with the ring? I don't know. Does the ring create that in for some sort of does the ring create that maybe to advance its own cause for like survival to get itself back to Sauron in the end? Questions. And also, who is she? Who is she? Could be completely off, but my first thought is, oh, there's another personality. They could really just be talking about someone that I don't know, because Gollum was being tortured in. I don't think it was Isengard. I believe it was Mordor. I believe it was Mordor. So he's been to Mordor, and that's where they're going now. So maybe he's just talking about someone he met there. This review is already going on for too long. This review is already going on for far longer than I wanted it to. So I'll quickly speak about the last two things. Firstly, the tragedy of Boromir and Faramir all being the cause of an idiotic and selfish father. Like the same way I was getting onto Boromir in the first film, but then I grew to love him. I wouldn't say I grew to love Faramir in the same way. Part of the reason why I grew to love Boromir the way I did is because of his sacrifice and his fight. But I do have some grace and some understanding for Faramir and why he is the way he is. And it's all because of his dad. Like his dad treats him like crap, thinks of him as useless, and all Faramir wants to do is to prove him wrong so he can get the love that his father gives to Boromir, which is why he's doing the things he's doing, simply. But yeah, I quickly wanted to speak on the Ents because how interesting to have this kind of commentary on industrialization, deforestation in this film. Like, of course, these are not new topics, but especially with how we speak about global warming, etc., today, and the general response. I think what interests me the most, well, first of all, I like that Peter Jackson was weaving in some, real life commentary within the fabric of this story. But you know what interests me the most? I feel like any film with that kind of commentary today, especially with how people feel about people that talk about global warming, deforestation, recycling, etc., I feel like if you weave that into a story today, it's highly likely that something like that is regarded as woke. Like that's the line that gets thrown around a lot today when anything becomes kind of politicized or you get anything that tries to go deeper than just on this like surface level. So with that, I wonder how people today still feel about that as compared to whether they had problems with that in the past. Or maybe people just never cared for it in the first place. Maybe it wasn't even in the movie. Maybe this was just in the extended cut. Because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some of this I loved them, the scenes with the ends, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's where a lot of the cutting and the scaling down of this movie for the theatrical release, I would think it would come from the Ent storyline and also probably the Boromir and Faramir storyline. So maybe it wasn't even a thing. I don't know. But I like that it was weaved in. I don't know if it was in the books or whether it's a Peter Jackson thing, but whoever it is, I don't think they were necessarily setting out to say that machinery, industrialization, in and of itself is evil. But I think the writer is trying to provoke a bit more thought about the consequences and how we manage it. I think I've used this example before, but it's a bit like AI. Like AI in and of itself is not a bad thing, but it can have bad consequences if it's not managed. Do you get it? But yeah, man, 2 down, 1 more to go. I'm scared going into this last film. It's going to be an interesting experience. I can't wait. I know you can't wait. I'm sure it'll be out pretty soon. Guys, please like, comment, share your views. Peace.